At Lion's Den Television, we stand for art as activism. One race, the human race. We don't chase trends, we document truth. We honor voices, stories, and history that refuse to be erased. This is where legacy meets purpose. Be legendary. Real stories matter. Fight with film and music. Welcome to another no-budget film. Lion's Den Television is more than just the DMV. We salute people from every walk of life, in every path that empowers human beings to be better. Pioneer and legend are words earned by many men and women, and we have the flowers, 60-minute documentaries, ready to pay homage. Real stories matter. One race, human, fight with film.
At LDTV, we support the DMV culture, the music, and especially the warriors who lived and died during the golden years.
Welcome to LDTV, where the legends live.
We are No Budget Films USA. We specialize in urban documentaries around the country. Every genre is our passion. Past, present, and future, we're here to salute you.
Did you know that in 1979, rap and go-go music were changing the music scene forever? If you didn't, stick with LDTV, we got you.
Here at MBUF USA, we are always cooking up fresh programming. You can support us by liking and sharing the content. Until I see you again, be legendary.
We're back here once again, man. We're blessed to be doing another banger, but this time it's more and more intimate because this guy that we getting ready to interview now and give him his flowers while he above ground. This guy right here comes out of Southeast Washington D.C. Dynamite brother, man. The original. Now this come from the source now. The original Two Shop.
That's right.
Tidline. What's up, Tidline?
Ain't nothing, man. First of all, man, I want to thank my appreciation, man. I want to thank you, man. Appreciate what you're doing for me today, man. I love the way you say, man, give me my flowers now, man. You know what I mean? And I'm very honored to be on today, boo. You know, man. And I just feel grateful, man, for everything I've done in life, man. The wrong things and the bad things, you know. So, man, much love to you, bro.
Yeah, man, we gonna, man, you know, like a lot of times, man, people who help put the bricks together, man, and tote the mortar, they don't get, you know, no accolades, man. But all of it is included to building the building, man. So,
Right.
so you know, I know you done taught that mortar, mixed the mortar, and told the mortar, and all that. So, man, we're gonna start out. Tell the people who you are, man, and where you from. Because this is worldwide. This ain't just local.
My name Michael Tidline Ill. I'm from Washington D.C. I'm from the set Southeast Washington D.C. Come up on both sides of Willow Road, Valley Green, and Contours in the Highland area. I grew up, I always called myself, I grew up as a product of my environment. You know what I mean? You got Contours on one side, Valley Green on the other side. You know what I mean? So I just always related to both sides of Willow Road, which is called the Highland area.
When the bell rings, the man in the middle giving the instructions after the introductions is referee Kenny Chevalier. Introducing the principals. First, fighting out the blue corner, he's wearing the white trunks with black trim. He weighed in at an even 140 pounds. His professional record an outstanding 22 victories against only 1 defeat, 21 big KOs to his credit, and he currently holds both the NBA National Boxing Association lightweight and junior welterweight titles. Those titles not on the line tonight, and his quest for a world title begins right here tonight. Hailing from P-Town, Portsmouth, Virginia, please welcome the fighter known as the Destroyer, Dorian Spivey. And his opponent fighting out the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks with red trim. He also weighed in at a fit fighting and ready 140 pounds. His hard-fought professional record, 9 victories against 6 defeats, 1 draw, 3 KOs to his credit. And he's a hardcore veteran of the fight game, and he also aspires to ring greatness beginning right here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, homegrown from right here in the nation's capital, an animal control trainer looking to lock up another stray fighter. Please welcome the dog catcher, Mike Tidline. 10 rounds junior welterweights. Okay, see right here where this dog is, that's good, okay? All right? Fellas, I want a clean break from you. Watch them low blows. I don't want them hands getting used in the wrong way. Let's touch these gloves up. Let's go. In front of him, now he's got to contend with a cut here as we go into the 6th round of this scheduled 10-round fight for the Tri-State Championship. We're here in the nation's capital, in the D.C. Army, as Dorian Spivey comes out with another series of hard shots on Mike Tidline.
Mike just can't give away ground now because the cut has given his opponent a lot more inspiration to come out here and try to end this thing from the doctor's standpoint. But Mike wants to establish his ground as well and make Spivey just walk into a shot, maybe get dropped or something.
And John, that was a furious match for between these two fighters.
Mike Tidline now is in a very dangerous position in this fight right now because his game plan is box, flurry, and move, and stand his ground only occasionally. Now he's feeling some desperation because he might be worried that the ringside positions are going to stop this fight because of that nasty left cut. So if he has to change his game plan and slug it out, that might play right into Dorian Spivey's power.
Another big right hand on the part of Mike Tidline. So he's still gamefully trying to stay in this thing. And up to this point here, the cut over the eye has not seemingly bothered him that much so far. He takes another big right hand though in the corner.
It seems like he's setting Spivey up for the right hand because he is pawing with the jab, then coming over top with a good counter right hand, and then he just step and throw a straight 1-2, and that's Spivey walk into it.
And as I speak now, I do see another trickle of blood, so the cut has reopened again here as a result of the action that's already ensued.
Dorian Spivey seems to be a completely one-dimensional fighter since this cut has begun. He seems to be only aiming at the cut now.
Well, that's his main concern. His main concern now is to open that cut up a little bit more so the doctors can stop the fight and he be victorious. So that's kind of smart in one aspect of trying to get this fight stopped so he can be the victor.
As we come up with a minute to go now in this 6th round, Spivey continues to press the action.
At the same time, Vincent, he can take out thinking about going to the body, jabbing, setting up different kinds of shots. It's too one-dimensional. And I think Tidline is having a pretty good round here. He's backing up Spivey now.
Less now, but I think also that he needs to just stay within his frame, his game plan of working the body and the head, but every opportunity you get to go for that cut, go for it.
Both guys now working downstairs and working their way up from there.
Big right hand inside by Spivey.
And Tidline tries to come back with some power shots of his own.
And he's trying to smother Spivey. Maybe he's trying to bide a little time in there.
Xavier warns him about the heads, and the action continues. Pretty good shots in the
right to left. Oh, tremendous work by Tidline now.
And I think he finally got Spivey's attention in an authoritative way there in that last exchange.
It came off a series of left hands. Just set everything up.
Well, folks, as this round winds down, there's more action to go. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we all know about that that famous Highland outside party with the power went off with Red
81. Yeah.
Come on, man. Was you there?
Yeah. Huh?
Was you there?
I'm a go-go fanatic. Yeah.
I said, was you at that? Was you at that party? Outside party?
At outside party. You know what? Nah. That's one I missed. You know what I mean? And I was so hurt, but I treasure the CD like it's like I've been there. You know what I mean?
Ain't no sense across that long, man. Let's get the back of this thing up against the wall. Wanna get Jungle Boogie together? Hey, Jungle Boogie! We love to see the boogie with the boogie down. Do it now. Do it, Jungle Boogie. Get it. I said, what? Woman enough for pictures, got to Jungle Boogie. Do it, baby. All right. Do it, Jungle Boogie. I said, what? I would love to see y'all boogie down. I said, what now? I said, what now? What y'all say? I said, what now? I said, what now? I said, what now? I said, what y'all? I said, what good? Oh, get it. What you say, Mo? We can't understand you, big brother. Put the Pokemon on the Congo, Jungle Boogie. And turn that, come turn yourself a chord, big brother. I said, why? Oh, do it, so. We get the power for you, fucking head. Let's get the power together, big brother. Somebody give him a hand or something. Oh, do it, yo. Woman on up, God, brother. Oh, woman on up now. I would love to see the boogie when the boogie is down now. Say what now? Do it, y'all. I would love to see the boogie when the boogie is down. Oh, get it, y'all. Say what now? I'll keep on doing what you're doing now. We're trying to get the power, y'all. The power keep cutting on and off. We can't do nothing, y'all. Get on down. Do it. Ain't got no power now. Keep on going. Let's do it up over there. Hook up something over there. Plug up over there or something. Something, man. No. Do it, y'all. Look here, y'all. We have a little technical difficulties with the power, y'all. That's why we can't do nothing. Every time we ready to get started, something will go on. The shit is yeah. They say cut the lights off on the stage. Somebody cut the lights off on the stage. That's good.
So yeah, but I actually missed that one, man, and it kind of hurt me, right, that I did it, that I missed it. Right now, it haunt me, Yeah.
So look, let's go to the seat, man. As a kid, man, how many siblings you got?
I got, let me see, I got two. Oh, I got four siblings. I got two sisters on my father's side, and I got a brother and sister. My brother's deceased. My brother got killed about 6, 7 years ago. I got a brother and I got another my youngest sister on my mother's side. So I got two on my father, two on my mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a brother who's
My brother
rest his soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So where was you at in that equation? Were you the oldest or middle or what?
Oh no, actually I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest son, oldest grandson on both sides of my family. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm basically the oldest man as a grandson and a son, on both sides. When I was coming up, right, I was a light skinned dude, wavy hair, stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of times I would get tried, you know what I mean? So it was like, man, I did a lot of fighting, man. My uncle and them tell my mother was a fighter, right? I actually thought I got my fighting coming from my father, but I get it from my mother because my mother grew up down Bird Farm. They say she used to fight all the time and stuff like that, right? So, the same with me. I came up, I had to fight, man. Wherever I went, wherever I moved at or whatever, man. People were like, man, this nigga pretty boy, this nigga think he this and that now. And I would have to fight all the time, man. And I like you said, boy, I ain't had nobody around. I had to do this on my own, man. I ain't had no brothers and sisters. So I had to fight, man. You know what I mean? So, and I came actually, I forced, but you know what, boo? It's funny because, when we was small, we was coming up, right? Man, we used to get tore up, man. I'm telling you, my mother would wait till I get out of the tub and, man, wear me out when I get, you know what I mean? Guess what it did to me, though? And I vowed right there in the day, man, to let nobody whoop me like my mother did. And that made me thorough though. Them ass whoopings made me thorough.
We got so much in common, Tidline, and like I said, I'm not gonna take the L's outside the house.
Right.
I said the same exact thing. That
man.
was the mentality. A lot of people don't know being in Washington D.C. at that era and during that time, being light skinned. I grew up hanging up Eastgate, and man, and I had to fight. I had to fight, man. I remember my first fight up Eastgate. I was like 7 years old.
Right.
And it's just because the guy was assumed he could take advantage of him.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, light skin back then.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, but one thing I could say, boo, back then we fought, man. It wasn't if somebody got killed, it was like a shock or surprise. You dig what I'm saying? Nowadays somebody get killed, it's a normal thing, right? Back then, man, we would rumble, man. It was about rumble. Go to the body. They only do that no more. We'll pull up in the
we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay, good.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah,
but look, let me know what school did you go to elementary, man?
Elementary, I went to Kimball. Kimball Elementary School. I actually went to school with Stacey Lattisaw, with John, what's his name, McGill, what's his
Johnny
name,
Gill.
McGill. Yeah, Johnny Gill,
Johnny Gill.
yeah. I actually went to school with them, at Kimball Elementary School, right off Minnesota Avenue, Southeast DC, I went to Hart Junior High, by Mississippi Avenue over Southeast, right off Willow Road, Mississippi Avenue. I dropped, you know what? I dropped out. I stayed back in the seventh grade 3 times. You know what I mean? And I got tired of going into class, man. Older than everybody in the room, man. And so I actually dropped out my last year in seventh grade with the Job Corps. Went to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia Job Corps. Got kicked out of that. Selling weed up in there, and they caught me and kicked me out of there, man. But that's my education really started. It stopped that right there when I went to job. I did get my GED when we was incarcerated. We could talk about that later too. But yeah, that was all my education I really had, man. I got a seventh grade education, man. But I do have my GED. Man, life, man, I made my own choices though, man. Life is about choices, man. And, I think I always say to man, that's why I stated from the beginning, man, I was a product of my environment, you know what I mean? The things I was around, man. And, I think I could have been, I always been smart. I just didn't go to school.
So man, we talking about the journey. I want to stay on the timeline. Tidline, let's talk about, man, when you start getting in trouble, man, how that pattern went. What was the first age and on up?
Shoot, man. I would say about 11 years old, man. Cause my mom, we moved out Chillum Heights early part of like 76, maybe 77. Then I moved over in what's that apartment's called Cherry Hill, right off of Annapolis Road over there, close off Annapolis. I think it's called Landover Hills.
Landover, yeah.
Yeah, me and this guy, man, me and him, we communicate now on Facebook. Guy by the name Daryl Smith. He became a boxer too one time. A lot of people see him on Facebook called Daryl Smith. We breaking the houses, man, getting high, man, breaking the houses at a young age, 11 years old, man. And getting in trouble and stuff like that, man. I broke in a school around there called Cooper Lane Elementary School. And it's funny because I broke in it for band equipment. We was trying to get a little band. So like, man, we going to get the bongos and stuff like that. Broke in the school, man, got the bongos. But the guy Daryl Smith, he ended up telling on me, right? We was young at the time, so I don't fault him. We was young. And he was scared, I guess, whatever. He told him, they actually kicked me out of Maryland, man. They ain't even want me in the jail no more, man. When the apartment complex done like they was like, he got to go. So my mother, that's when I had to move. I had to leave Cherry Hill and go stay with my grandmother, which was over Southeast.
Every day of the week, and that water was California, that coca was Puerto Rican, they cut it with baking soda, that water sniffing and sneezing, testing to taste the product, the type of shit that I'm seeing. Remember City under siege, niggas was getting buried, or the famous crack scandal with Mayor Marion Barry. The streets of Boxer Ring, we was right in the center, throwing jabs around one, or down the Sugar Ray Leonard. Palmer Park, Kentland Zoo, even Glen Arden, can't forget about 14th and Clifton, Potomac Gardens. The city in my life, I can't take it, can't face it. Got tired of seeing folks smoking that boat and butt naked. Crack mother's side and throwing in babies on top of balconies. My reality is food and I hope you can taste it. This the district, it's a small city that can shatter your dreams. You can live for that root of evil or die from chasing that dream, nigga.
My corruption to you has always been here and it always will be. What I'm rapping to you about is power, baby. People look up to me because they think I am a success. I've got what they've always wanted, money.
And I think that's when everything kicked off, man. Once I moved over Southeast, man, it was just a different environment, different lifestyle. you know what I mean, that I became, a part of, you know what I mean? And I think that's when everything in my life really started happening, you know what I mean? Kicking off, going to jail, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I started, I was getting locked up, right? I ain't do no time as no juvenile, but, I started getting arrested and stuff like that, right? And, like I say, I had got kicked out of the Maryland complex I was in. I had to go southeast to live with my grandmother. You know what I mean? I think that's when things really took toll. You know what I mean? I really started getting in trouble. Because like I said, the environment was different, man. I'm coming from one environment to another. You see what I'm saying? And then the same thing, man. When I got around there, man, it was like, man. I had to fight like every day, man. I had to get mine like Tyson had to get his, man. I had to rumble, man. I had to rumble, man, for respect. I was fighting in a school called Kenmore. It's right too far from Palmer Park, right off Landover Road, across the street from Wendy's. I was going to a school called Kenmore, and I used to fight all the time in school, and I was breaking in lockers in school one day, and the security guard caught me. You know what I mean? And he was kind of hip to me because he was like, "Man, you don't want to be fighting all the time." Took me to this office, and come to find out when I went to his office, I seen pictures of boxing on his wall. And he just so happened to be he was a boxing trainer. He had a few boxers, you know what I mean? A guy named Tyrone Washington State. A lot of people know him. He was a good amateur boxer. He once said, I'm gonna take you to the gym one day. And actually he used to come to my house after school and pick me up, man, take me to the gym. And that's how I really started going to the gym, taking it a little bit serious. But it actually started from my cousin. He used to live uptown on 14th Street, right off 14th V. And I used to go to the gym with him sometime over Midtown. Midtown is one of the first gyms I ever walked in, boxing gyms on 14th Street back then.
Sing my song, step up to this. Sing my song, step up to this. Sing my song, step up to this.
And that's the first time. Once it's funny because once I walked in, man, it excited me, man. I'm like, damn. I knew off the break, this is what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying, boo? That's why, man, it was in me, man, off the break. Because when I walked in that joint, I said, oh, man, I got to do this. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even the smell of the gym, man, I got hooked on that. I walk in that joint, smell the smell. I was like, oh, man, they getting it in. You know what I mean? And yeah. And I just always had a motherfucking I got a passion for boxing, man. I love it, man.
The 15th round of the World Heavyweight title is on the line right now. Very important for both men to win round 15. This is when you find out who has the heart and who is the champion right now. Norton continues to be the aggressor. Larry should not allow this. Norton continues to come on. They're both fighting for their lives. Good shots by Holmes scored. Kenny just missing that one. Norton scores a looping right in that time. Larry cannot let it continue like this or he's going to lose the fight. It's that close in my opinion. Larry has that alert look back like he's just waiting for about halfway through the round and then he's going to explode. Let Norton punch himself out in the early going. And that's what Kenny is scoring a bit though. Look at bounce the head back to Larry Holmes. Larry misses. Both fighters very, very tired. First time that Holmes has gone this far. Larry has got to explode here if he's going to win this fight. He's got to just get a second win and explode. And the way he's doing it now, Norton is taking command of the 15th round. At least halfway through now, round 15. If it continues like this, it's in the hands of the judges. It's too close for me to score. Unless Holmes explodes here. Kenny Norton taking it to Larry. Larry is fighting back really now. This is what he has to do. See if he's got enough left to take the champ out. Scores with the right hand. The champ comes back. Comes back and scores a real good shot to the head of Holmes. Another good shot. Takes the mouthpiece out of the mouth of Larry Holmes. Kenny Norton doing what he has to do to win. Scoring again. It's a big round for Kenny Norton, I'm afraid. In the waning moments now of the round, Larry is fighting desperately to stay in there, fighting with everything he has. Scores good with a shot to the head of Kenny Norton. Again to the head of Norton. This has been a great boxing show. Both fighters courageous. As Holmes comes back, scores it. He's got Norton in trouble. Yes. He's got to follow up. Uppercut scores. Running out of time, and that's it. It's over.
I love it, man. Right now today, you know, most every boxer always jump up in the morning. I don't care how old they are. I think they still got it. You know what I mean? And I jump up every morning, man, and be throwing punches, man. And it's actually because I'm getting more stronger because I'm into weights and stuff that which I wasn't into weights when I was boxing. But for the most part, man, yeah, that's where I think it started at, though. From my cousin Bernard taking me to Midtown, then the security guard started, you know, took away a likeness of me and started taking me to the gym. You know what I mean? But once I moved over southeast, Highland right there. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, man, now everybody was going to the gym. And actually, the guy named Robin Moore, same dude, man, was talking about Tiger.
He was a bad dude, a little small dude, but he was bad. You know what I'm saying? He made a marking boxer.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah.
And his daughter right now is a bad girl, right?
Exactly. You know how it goes. Exactly. Daughter right about that. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Yeah, me and Tiger go way back. So I know your cousin.
And he definitely inspired me to, you know, put them gloves on, told me I can do it. You can do whatever you want to do.
Since you know Tiger's your cousin, the synonymous with Tiger is one of the guys that me and him was down Lorton together back when we was young bucks, right? Mm-hmm. And named Michael Tidline.
On Tidline, always at Tidline, great friend of mine. Yeah, Tidline, Michael Tidline, exactly. Good fighter. Tidline was crazy, but he gave that work. He gave that work, you know what I'm saying? Tidline was a good fighter, had a lot of heart and everything, so Tidline was a good dude. Yeah, still know.
Yeah, so you was around some people who exhibit.
You know, this guy here, man, he raised me, man. You know, this guy took me up under his wing, man, and kept me with him, man. And you know, Tiger, I'm gonna tell you something about Tiger Robert Morris is an all around athlete. The man can stand right here, boo, and do a backwards flip without even, just standing in one spot and do a backwards flip. He does push-ups with one arm. You know what I mean? This dude's just people that know him from back in the day, he's one of the MVPs of number 11 boys school football. Tiger's one of the best players they had in number 11, that they ever had. I love drugs, man. And it seemed like, man, everything I wanted to do, was trying to be, always trying, the slickness in me, man. I'm always trying to ease that in it too, right? I'm always trying to get high and do this and that, at the same time, man. And a lot of times, man, them drugs, man. That's why I'm so glad I'm clean today, man, because the drugs, man, it haunt me. It messed my life up, man. Man, using drugs, man, and I think for the most part, man, I could have been somebody, man. If I wasn't getting high, man. A lot of us, a lot of people in this city, for real, man. DC itself, man, all this talent, man, but a lot of times it get distorted. You see what I'm saying? Drugs, criminal minded, stuff like that, man. So, that's what got in my way, man. But yeah, man. For the most part, man, Tiger, man. Now, I just went to see him. He over to jail. You know, went to see him about 3 weeks ago, man. And we talked and stuff like that. That's my man, man. I love him, man. Like I always wanted to be like get my hair cut like him. I wanted to do everything like him, man. He was just, he was just that man to me. You know what I mean? And I love him, man. So.
LDTV, where the unheard voices speak, where the true culture and history is preserved, where real stories matter. Come see our archive of legends and pioneers, only on YouTube at NBF USA.
Yeah, and then, of course, we'll talk about him later, John Moses, these dudes that raised me, man. Two of the shortest dudes in Southeast, but two of the baddest. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But these two dudes raised me, man. And, main thing about John the Tiger, especially John, vantage taking. You see what I'm saying? She was just so good that John wasn't good at boxing, but he was good at street fighting and had a hell of a street fighting style. Tiger was the same way, but John was more than advantage taking, so we was just doing wild, crazy stuff, man, to get in trouble. Especially the first time I got locked up was, was the gun charge, what I mean? And, all the hustling back then, man, for yourself, boo, that I was selling, man, $5 bags of weed, man, making $1 off a bag. You know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of money now, but it was a lot of money back then, yourself, So, I mean, yeah, man, the criminal thing, like I said, all this came conjunction with the environment, man. Where we was at, you know what I mean? And that's just with anybody, man. Where you go, you're gonna get adapted to that environment. You know what I mean? If you know yourself, you locked up, you're gonna get adapted to that environment. Wherever you go, man, just like if we put ourselves into any situation or being there for a long time, we're gonna get adapted to that. You know what I mean? So that's how the thing happened, man. When I moved over there, man, I just got adapted to the lifestyle over there, man. And it was just so, criminal things going on and stuff like that, man. Well, but the main thing, me getting high, man. Man. Some of that high, I think, man, I started, liking getting high when I was small. Watch my mother and them smoke weed and stuff. But it's funny because when I first hit a joint of weed, man, boo, it just made me feel like I could do everything better. You know what I mean? Especially boxing. I would jump out there and jump in the mirror, man, be throwing punches forever when I hit that weed, man. It just did something, outside the body than me. You know what I mean? It just made me feel how I really wanted to feel. So, yeah. When I started hollering, I think I might have been like 12, 13, something like that, right, man. And I gotta, like I said, I gained a passion for it, man. And I was just so into it, man. But I was getting high too, boo. You see what I'm saying? I had a passion for the thing, man, but the discipline wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like I said, no, I sit there and watch you interviewing Mel. I remember Melvin first walked in the door, to be a boxer, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, Melvin, Melvin wasn't know enough. He was young. We came in the gym, man, he took it serious, and has a young heavyweight. And then he was big at the time too, at 12 years old. Yes. Man, too many people. He couldn't fight too many people but Williams Fields. I don't know if you heard of Jermaine Fields and them. His brother named Williams Fields was older than him. He was the oldest brother. He used to fight Melvin all. That's the only time that's the only two that time that the only person he could fight at that time, at that age. When nobody was he was fighting me when
it was three Field brothers fighting when he was young, right?
Yeah, Weasel, Jermaine, and William. And there's another one too. He turned pro too. I forgot his first name. It was four of them. A lot of people, the Weasel stayed locked up for a long time, but Weasel was the baddest to me, for real. But William was like the heavy, but him and Melvin had to fight each other all the time. That's the only person they could fight in DC. Every time Melvin got to fight, he knew it's William, because that's the only one they could afford. You see, at that time, that young. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, and like Melvin said, our gym was small, man. It was like a room. Like I said, with mats all on the floor, no ring. You know what I mean? No ring, man. And we had to get it in like that, man. And yeah, it taught us a lot though. You know what I mean? Being in that small little joint. The school, we was inside of school. Guess what? We had a swimming pool though. We had an indoor swimming pool, two basketball gyms, So when we wanted to run, we can go in the gym. We wanted to get in the pool, we get in the pool. You know what I'm saying? We had a big field outside, Highland Field. You see what I'm saying? So man, it was, we was good for real. Taught us, and our coach was good, Larry Williams. You know, a lot of people don't want to give him his props, man. Larry was a hell of a coach, man, and dealing not only a hell of a coach, but what he was dealing with. These kids coming out of Southeast, man. You know, it wasn't easy for him, man. You know what I mean? Getting us in the gym and keeping us disciplined. Cause we was terrible, man. You know what I mean? Coming out that early, we was terrible, man. So man, I always give honor to my man. I still stay in touch with him right in the day. You know what I mean? Cause he did a lot for us, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Uh, that's when I had went to the feds at the age of 19. I was a teenager. You know, we talked about that the other day. I was a teenager when I went to jail. Went out to the fed, and it was kind of not. It wasn't scary to me because I
But
ain't scared.
how did you make it to Lord?
Um, they sent me. While I was over the jail, they sent me down Lawton. You know, for just a holdover, just waiting to go to the feds. So they sent me down to
So
Marshall.
that's what
Yeah,
talk about when you got down there.
yeah. When I got down to Marshall, you know, I got up on the hill, man, and but I actually wanted to go there because I got tired of the jail. That jail was too tight, man. Couldn't see out the windows and all that stuff, man. So when I got there, Lord, man, I felt a little comfortable, man. I could move around a little bit more, stop being over the jail, And at first they sent me over the cell block side. That's the cell where they got cells. You go in a room, sharing a room with a person. But actually, then they called me one day. Now I got in a fight over there, and they put me in that hole. And then after I came out the hole, they said I was going over, the block side. I mean,
Don't-
the
The
dorm
dorm
side.
side.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, when I got over there, I felt real comfortable. I could move around. You know what I'm saying. Wasn't no cells and stuff like that. They had the wings. You remember that they had the wings. We had two wings in the block that we was in. That's when
Yeah,
I
A and B side.
A and B side. And that's when I met this man, very, very brother, man. I seen a lot of heart in him, man, and I seen the thoroughness in him when I first seen him. He was a red dude, but I'm like, dang, he seemed like. So that's when I met into my man, old Boo Jones, man. Man, wonderful brother, man. It's funny because me and Boo, we hit it off the break. I can't still remember how we actually came together. But all I know, he came my man. You know what I mean? And the thing about what got me with Boo, because I'm a boxer. I wake up, I want to throw some punches. A lot of dudes up there wasn't trying to give me some work. And that's how me and Boo got talk. Cause me and Boo would work. And people don't know Boo. Boo big now. But I remember the real Boo. Boo was like my size. We was the same size, man, weight class, like, man. He wasn't big like he is now. I mean, the guy moved, man, quick and everything, man. He the only dude would give me some work. You know what I mean? The brother, the only one would give me some work man. We would go out in the yard every day. He'd tell you we'll work every day. All on that yard, man. We wake up, man. I'm like, come on, Boo, let's go. And what got me when he told me from VA, I'm like, damn. I mean, it's a thorough dude from Virginia, because you know how DC looking at, man. Oh, he's a man one. If you ain't from DC or from their area, whatever, man, that Bama dude, this and that and that. But man, yeah, man, Slim, man, for real, he one of the thoroughest dudes that I've seen, they come out VA, and I don't know too many of them, but the ones that do know, man, this dude was thorough, man. He handled himself.
If one of the lions from LDTV contacts you, that means we already know. You're a Hall of Famer. What your life and work gave to the culture, to the music, deserves to be celebrated. Your story belongs etched in stone, alongside the greats, sung or unsung. Be legendary. Real stories matter. Fight with film.
Everybody loved him. You would think he's from DC, because, the way he was carrying himself. But I always respect Boo, man, because he held his own. Always held his own, man. That's how me and him became tight. Without a doubt. And like I say, Anthony Suggs never do it out of DC. Used to box. Come on to DC. Was ranked in the world. I fought him as a professional. You know what I'm saying? But dude, hell of a fighter, man. He's, slugger. Wasn't a whole lot of style in him, but guess what? He's a slugger. You know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot of trickiness or, slickness in him, but he gonna slug you to death, man. And regardless, that's what it took for him to win. That's what he did, man. A hell of a fighter, man. We fought over the Black Tie affair. Actually, it was the same hotel that Reagan got shot at. Down way uptown of DC. We fought over there, man. Actually, that's when I met Pernell Whitaker. There was a lot of fighters in there. Flip Johnson, he come out of Valley Green, was a hell of a fighter. He brought Pernell to my locker room, introduced him to me, man, and it was just a wonderful evening that we had, man. A lot of fighters was in there, man. I think Ali might have been living too that time, but they had a lot of people in there, but it was real nice, man. But I give a shout out to my man, Anthony Suggs, man. You know what I mean? Because not only that, man, he put in that work, man. You know what I mean? And people don't understand, man, boxing. If it was easy, Boo, everybody be doing it. You see what I'm saying? Man, it's not easy, man. You see what I'm saying? I realized when my first fight, I fought Willie Shawn. Guess what my first fight was at, Boo? Alexandria. Alexandria, Virginia. My first fight, I fought Willie Shawn.
At Charles Houston Rec Center. Charles Houston Rec Center.
Exactly. That's what we fought at. Little dude named Doogie. They called him Willie Shawn. Now guess what? My first time fight, I jumped in the ring, man. I think in 3 rounds ain't nothing. I came out, man, through everything in the first 2 rounds. Man, it was so funny because I came with the last round, man. I was gone. I was gassed out. I was like, oh, and that's when I really got to learn the realness of the game. Because I'm like, it's just not in just the talent that I have. It's condition. That's why a lot of people don't realize, man, the condition is and I ain't say get in shape. I said condition.
Condition.
In boxing, you just can't be in shape and do these rounds, man. Then you got to be in condition, man. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? So I had to
You know,
learn, man, to be in condition.
You're watching No Budget USA on LDTV, independent stories powered by the people. If you want this content to keep coming, do your part. Subscribe, hit that like button, and share the shows. Your support keeps the cameras rolling. No Budget USA, art as activism. Be legendary.
Man, that's the key. The conditioners, man, come from that running, man. Once you get off there doing running the miles, man, that's important in boxing. You know what I mean? To bring it
right.
on that condition and get that win. You know what I mean? That's the key for real. Cause I don't like to say you could be the sharpest thing in the world, man. But if you ain't in no condition, man, to get in the ring, that don't even no matter. I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen fighters way better than who they fighting, but lose on, not being in condition. So that's the key for
You
us,
know,
man.
you mentioned us down Lorton. I want to go back to that.
Go
When
ahead.
you came to that dorm, one of your childhood heroes was in the dorm.
Oh my, yeah, old John Moses. We call him Adam
Yeah.
Bomb. We call him. And I'm gonna tell you this much,
And
man.
I never knew John on the street, but I can tell you, man, without the substance in him, he was a good dude.
Man, he was a hell of a dude, man. John, let me say this. John, he a type, man. He's an aggressive dude, man. And I think the time he did out shooting all when he was young, Oak Hill stuff like that in the streets, man. He just was just too vicious out here for people, man. But he wanted to fight. You see, at the time, as time went on, boo, they got into the guns. And me and you told John before he left that jump, man. Go out there, don't go out there, but they ain't doing that no more.
When somebody say they from Woodland, is that related to their family?
No. Well, actually, it's Woodland is an area of Southeast too, right off 15th Place, Alabama Avenue. It's called Woodland Project area.
They just
right up
happen
there.
to be Woodland.
Yeah, but
I said they just happen to be Woodlands from that area.
Right. I know, ain't that funny? Yeah, ain't that funny? But I heard a lot of people say that. They get misunderstanding about how it go down, but because he came out that area and it was called Woodland. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that just that just happened to happen,
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But
and let me say this. It's funny. It's not funny, but it's a testament to how God moves, right? Moochie did not know that I knew you.
I know.
And he was
the city small.
And I helped him get sober.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about you. He looked up to you.
He loved me.
And I was like, that sounds like that's my man.
Yeah.
And he called you.
That's how we connected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sean, that's my man. He hell of a little dude. He come out of Maryland, right? He came over Southeast, man. He loved that life, right? You know what I mean? So, man, I took him on my little wing a few times, man. But Shorty, I like him though, man. But he helped me out with recovery, man, and everything, man. And I'm just so blessed, man. And because what haunts me though, man. I think cause I got a passion for this thing, boxing, right? And a lot of times, like I fought Suggs, I fought Floyd. What's the Floyd? Floyd. What's that Floyd? Which Tracy Patterson. I fought Tracy Patterson. I fought Teddy Reed. I fought Chop DeMarcus Corley. I fought Anthony Suggs. You see what I'm saying? And just what I do admire myself is the heart, because a lot of dudes ain't want to fight these dudes at the time, right, boo? And I was just when I was telling about Moochie not have no heart. And that's why even when I watch boxing today, these dudes won't want to fight each other. I'm saying that's what the game is about now. You know what I mean? If you're gonna try to beat somebody, you got to beat somebody. You see what I'm saying? So, but I just think, man, if Moochie had a little bit of heart, You know what I mean? He could have been a little something, but I just think that the heart wasn't there. You know what I mean? And if any boxer, for real, you gotta have some heart, man. You don't need to jump in the ring if you ain't have no heart because, like I said, if you want to beat somebody, you have to jump out there and beat somebody. You see what I'm saying? And that's what my name, I started this name, Too Sharp. Back in '78, boo. You know what I'm saying? Mark can say what he want to. I got dudes right now today. I would call them, and they still call me Too Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Well, me and Mark went up on Ohio State Fair. We fought in Ohio State Fair. I had Too Sharp on the back of my shoes. This way, I beat Lily, his man. This is his best friend, Lily. I beat Lily twice in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying?
So it's Michael Too Sharp. Tidline.
Yeah, it was Michael Two Shop Tidline. Now, but when I turned pro, because Mark had took the name, I went to the dog catcher. I was the dog catcher Tidline once I turned pro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
when
when
you
I
put on
was
that big dog head. That's when you put the big dog head on.
yeah, but they was talking about in the Ring magazine that I had like the wrong like idea. I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but they was like, well, how you gonna be the dog catcher with the dog mask on? You see what I'm saying? That picture I
Right.
seen came out the Ring magazine.
If you are originally from PG, Charles, Montgomery counties, the city of Washington, D.C., or Alexandria, Virginia, one thing for sure and two for certain is the go-go music and culture is in you for life. Long live go-go.
People over Southeast know, you know, on my side in the Highland area, know that I'm the original Two Shop. That's what they used to call me, man. My man, they still call me that right in the day. You see what I'm saying? But I don't trip off it because Mark, he that dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I used to work with Mark, and I told him, and that's the name with Shawty. You had a name, cause man, he used to work, man. I swear, I ain't never been in the ring with a dude like Mark Johnson. This dude, man, is incredible because he's so light and so quick. You said, then he's southpaw. You see what I'm saying? This man is incredible. Marcus, me personally, Marcus, one of the best fighters in this world. In this world. And he been doing it since he was like 5. Ham told me they used to be going out of town. Mark was 5 years old getting in the ring. They throw money at him. 5 years old. You know what I mean? Mark is incredible. He made the Guinness Book of World Records. He's the only African American boxer in the Guinness Book of World Records. And he's the first flyweight champion, African American.
Yeah, in that weight class, you don't see that. In that weight class, you do not see our people.
I'm trying to tell you. But I'm gonna tell you this much, y'all. Everybody wanna talk about Mark, right? His brother James. His brother James, man, was a number 1 in the world at 106 amateur boxing. They don't even talk about him no more. Mark, that's where Mark get it from. People don't understand this. That's where Mark get it from. James was a monster, man. 106. He still little. You see James look like he ain't gonna hurt nothing.
And that's another thing, Tidline. James played in my band. We called him back.
You told me.
Played in my band for years.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I know he
Tidline. But Boo gonna interview him though.
Yeah, man, please do that. Boo, please make that happen. Please make that happen, man.
Already
Yeah,
talked to her. It's done.
man, please make that happen, man. James, man, is incredible, a humble dude, man. But I sometimes I like to, I cry a lot because it helped my soul, right? But I wanted to cry just now because it's just sad how they on, cause all he did, man, all the work he put in all his life, man, and the accomplishments he did, they don't even talk about it now. James was a monster. That man was, he fought the Olympics, but he had, him and Mark supposed to fought each other in the Olympics. They let Mark go ahead and do it. I mean, they let James go ahead and do it because he's the oldest. But his mother and them they had to make a choice the night before the fight. You said, well, man, James fought in the Olympic trials like 2, 3 times and was great. And he lost to I forgot the dude name. He lost to the time, but man, then he had even the car accident, hurt his leg too. Where he wasn't really himself. You see what I'm saying? After the car accident, what I mean? He wasn't really himself to perform on that level that he's supposed to performing. But man, James, man, is a legend to me. He one of my best fighters, man. And only I can, only few people can relate to that who come up in that area. But James was a man monster. They wasn't talking about Mark back then. Mark was a little boy. You see what I'm saying? James is the man, man.
Ham, to this
Hey,
day, Ham always talks about my Uncle Fred Ledbetter because him and Ham became real tight.
yeah,
That was his main
I
man.
know. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, man. Because they was close. They was
Yeah,
close.
they was close.
They was close, man. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? They was close like that. You know what I mean? Like I say, sometimes you need to talk about them a little more too. I mean, coaches too, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Because a lot of times we couldn't, we ain't become who we are. A lot of these guys ain't become who they are, man, without their coaches, man. Man, we Witchcom said, man, we got some of the best fighters. I told Don King in his face one time when he came to DC in front of all the boxers was there. And I told him in front of, I said, man, you talking about, because he's talking about Philly was the son of the
Yeah, yeah.
box. I said, I don't think so, champ. Because at one time we had 5 champions in one city.
Right,
Mark Johnson, Keith Holmes, William Joppy,
right.
who else it was? Sean Bay Mitchell, Chop Chop DeMarcus Corley. We had 5 champions at one time, which no city never did. No city never did.
Tell us about Chop Chop when you fought him. How was that?
I beat him. Guess what? I'm gonna send you. I got the tape. I got the tape to that, right? I lost. I beat him every round. I ain't gonna say I beat him because I did. I lost. But this is another thing I learned. I beat him every round. He'll tell you. I call him right now. He'll tell you. I call him right this moment. He'll tell you I had him. You know what I mean? But guess what? That right hand he got, he's southpaw, right? But he caught me the left. And my trainer kept on telling me, right? He said, man, he gonna keep depending on the big hook. You know what I mean? But I got too comfortable because for real, I was doing what I want to him. It was so easy to me. I was like, damn, this thing's easy. But guess what? In the 8th round, and I got too comfortable. Man, he caught me with that right left hand, man, and it shocked me so bad. When I hit the canvas, I tried to jump right back up real fast. When I should have just took the 10 count, but when I got up, I wasn't ready. I ain't had my balance and nothing. They stopped it. You see what I'm saying? But I learned another lesson, because like man, you should have took the 10 count. I should have took the sit my butt, then took the 10 count and got the count. If I got out, I would probably won because it wasn't number. But ain't but 1 point. But see, then the dude promoted the fight. He was like, man, I ain't even want to show me the scorecards because I dominated.
Did you see the fight between him and Floyd?
Yeah.
Because the question asked you, so tell me what happened in that fight with him, because he was, in the beginning, he was in it.
Man, you know what? Me and my man was talking about that lad, 2 nights ago, right? With him and Shane Mosley, right? When both of them had him, right? It just, like they didn't want to finish him. And I'm like, we was like, the money he got, was he paying these niggas or what? I'm like, because Chop hit him with a vicious jump that wobbled him. Then I'm like, but they couldn't finish him. Shane hit him with a jump. It looked like they didn't want it because it looked like they could have finished him, but they didn't. You know what I mean? It was mysterious to me, man, because both of them had him, man. Both of them had chops, man. I knew because I felt chop Jones before. Because I know Shorty sit down on that joint, man, turn that. That's what I was trying to be careful of. Then he coming from the southpaw side. And he landed. He ain't no hell of a fighter. If you look at Chop, he's the basic fighter. He's standing. He ain't nothing slick about him and nothing, no bob and no weed, none of that shit. But he try to land. His whole game is to try to land that brick and get you up out of there. And that's when he caught Floyd with that jump, but he couldn't finish him.
Man, this man is a boxing historian. He's a student of the game.
You know, made it to a height, man. I live my dreams, man. You know, things I thought I wasn't gonna do, being a boxer and stuff like that. Came out of jail and did it. You know what I mean? Putting my mind. I would tell people, man, whatever you like to do, man, put your mind to it, man. Put your mind to it. Don't talk about it. Do it.
Potomac. Oh, there you go. We be playing so many places, I be forgetting you did. Well, all right. Let's tag on my time, y'all. Party down, y'all. Put them on display. Put them on display, y'all. Don't put Charlie on display. So you can get it, y'all. That's that why? Right on. Who gonna shine the spotlight? Who gonna hold the spotlight, y'all?